Hope y'all are doing good. We got a few questions. I think this is Shop Talk 117.
Let's see if I can get us pulled up.
I brought all my camera gear out here today to shoot a video or two, and then we ended up having people basically all day, so we didn't get none of them shot. But we'll get them here the next couple days. I know I've been saying that lately, but it's actually been busy for February, probably our busiest February ever. We've got a good 15, 20 bows in for work, and it's been kind of wild. But anyway, hopefully y'all are doing good. We're going to bring up the live feed here on TJ's thing in a minute.
I got it up.
You got it up?
Yep.
And then we got some questions everybody sent in. And if y'all got any questions, and you're on here live, throw them in the comments. And if we see them after this, we'll try to look back and get them next time.
Yep. Dave gets in and says, how do I figure out my draw length?
Dave, the best thing we've come up with, and we've tried a bunch of different methods, is just the easiest, best wingspan. I can't get on the camera, but arms all the way out. What's up, Brad? Arms all the way out. Get your measurement. It'll probably be 70 something inches. Divide that by 2.5, and usually that gets you within about a half inch of it. It nails it pretty good. What's up, Adam? You can also do a couple other things you'll probably read about on the internet. You can make a fist, put it up against the wall, and sort of lean into it and measure to the corner of your mouth. But according to how much bend you put in your arm can kind of vary that. We used to take like a Genesis bow with a draw length arrow in it and have people draw back. But even with that, sometimes it's hard to tell if they got their arm a little more stretched than you think. So we just started using the wingspan method, and it usually gets it within a half inch pretty quick.
Yep. Let's see, back to my questions. Larry says, do you guys clock your arrows?
I've played with it, but I didn't notice a big difference. So not really. And what that is people take their arrow as a bare shaft and shoot it and see which way it rotates naturally, and then fletch them. If it rotates to the left, you put a left twist on it. There's a pretty good theory according to which way your bowstring's twisted that it'll twist one way or another. But a couple times I've seen that not be true, so I don't know. It's hard to say exactly what makes it do that. I do know when I see people shoot a hinge or a handheld, especially if they're putting a little bit of twist into that loop, which is in turn putting just a tiny bit of torque into the string, I think that's influencing it coming out of the bow. But anyway.
Let's see here. Jim asked, do you guys shoot dark arrows at 3D shoots?
Locally, I don't care much about it, but when we went to ASAs, I have done it just because, I don't know. Question my way. We'll get it in a minute. But typically, no. Sometimes we go to ASA, I'll shoot a little darker color just because you get 5 or 6 people in a group. 5 people, arrows everywhere, and I don't know. At the same time, though, I've shot before. I had it happen this past weekend. Somebody shot up in the 8, and I'm aiming at the 12, and you know how it is. You see that arrow real bright up there, and you want to naturally pull to it, and I did that, and I hit, I slid right beside the arrow. So I don't know that having it dark is much, if there's an advantage either way.
I don't know. I don't shoot good enough to even do it, so let's see here. Alan says, what's our favorite standard knock?
I like the gold tip AccuLights. They're kind of beefy, a little bit shorter. Never had any trouble with them. There's not a ton I've had trouble with, but it's probably my favorite.
Let's see. Tried shooting in the sight on the Sanalita 5-pin sight. I've shifted the housing all the way to the left. Do I have an issue with maybe straightening the arrow rest?
Maybe. What I would do, just as a getting it close, look at your bow from above with an arrow in it, and the arrow basically should be center of the stabilizer. You know what I mean? You should be able to look down it and it be lined up with the stabilizer, not leaning way left or way right. That'll be pretty close to center shot without getting out some fancy stuff.
Let's see here. Mike says, what shoes should I wear to tack?
Flip-flops. probably some kind of boot.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times we went and I could have got by with like a croc or something, but I'd be scared to chance it because more times than not, we've been in a little bit of mud and weird terrain, and I wouldn't want to twist my ankle. So probably just a good hiking boot.
Yeah.
I mean, not like rubber boots, but like, you might be in 6 inches of mud type deal.
Normal, yeah, just like a pair of hiking boots. I mean, I think I went to Walmart and bought a pair just because, I mean, you do, what course was it? Was it Sitka to Tennessee that year?
Yeah, we got a good bit of mud.
Yeah, there's a couple little small creeks or branches that come through on the road. So, just you got rocks and, you want something with some grip on the bottom. That way you can get some traction. Ben says, I think my Peep is too small. Is there a rule of thumb on Peep size?
Not really, but most people want it just outside their sight housing, you know what I mean? And it kind of serves as another reference because you can put it around that sight housing. But some people I know shoot smaller and some people shoot way bigger. I think you can get too big to where you're actually concentrating on is my pin centered or not, but just outside that sight housing is kind of the norm.
Brad Adams said we can come help him serve some strings. He said his fingers are about to fall off.
Let's do it.
Anthony C, what up? Oh yeah, definitely bring bug spray. That's something I normally keep in the stool.
Yeah, I think TJ saved us a couple times because nobody brought none, and he did.
And everybody laughs at me, but I take toilet paper. You just never know.
I mean, I guess no joking. It would suck to get a mile or two back in there.
Because there's what? You got the Porta Johns at the...
I think they put one last year, but not the year before. They put one up on that little mountain thing when we turn, where you shoot the long distances.
Yeah, there's a couple there.
Yeah.
But once you get off back down in there past that, it's, it's just straight woods. Earl gets in and says, why does everybody shoot 100 grain tips?
I don't know how it became the norm originally, but like most of you, well, they don't really even make a printed arrow spine, but like a printed arrow spine sheet that's on the back of say a Black Eagle or Easton book goes off mostly of 100 grain. Used to, I guess before, all this computer stuff, we had these big charts we'd keep on the counter, and they kind of, it went off of 100 grain. But I don't know what the original reasoning was of that, but it's just the most common.
It's standard.
It's easy to find them. If you were out in the middle of nowhere on some hunting trip, you could probably go, find some. But I don't, we're starting to see a lot more 150s and 175s and all that sort of thing. But I'd say 100 by far is still the standard.
What's up, Matt? Brad, we have shot the Reckoning 38.
I liked it.
I did too. Let's see here. Let me go back over here. That was the 100 grainer. Having shoulder pain is backing my bow to 55 okay for whitetails, and that gets in from Charles.
Oh no! I mean, if you're not shooting 75 pounds, there's no way you're gonna kill one. 50's fine. 50's plenty.
Yeah, 50, 55.
It's all about shot placement.
Mm-hmm.
We got kids shooting 35 pounds killing deer.
Yeah.
So yeah, 50's plenty. Just don't hurt yourself. And that's what scares me about all these people buying 80-pound bows again. It was big in the 90s. You wasn't a man unless you was buying this 80-pound bow. Then it kind of went away. Now it's coming back. And, a lot of the 80-pound bows now don't feel like 80, but they still stack. I mean, you can get hurt. So if you're not I don't know, just be careful.
Bill gets in and asks, what's our favorite veins?
I've just always went back to the boning stuff. I like the X vein. The Blazer's fine. I like Flex, but they're a little pricey and stuff. I fletched some Flex yesterday. If it was Blazer was out of the question, and we just use Blazers so much because that's what everybody is used to or asks for or whatever. But if that was out of the question, I'd be a Fletch man. But I shoot feathers on my arrows. You do too. We both shoot feathers still.
Yeah.
Just all that. But That's me. I mean, AAE makes some good stuff. These new tack veins, we just had a guy leave with some of them. I mean, I don't. There's not a vein that I really hate.
Mm-mm.
Each one's a little different and has its different quirks.
Yeah. Let's see. Frankie says I need to press a bow. Any Rex? What you got?
I need a bow press. Any
Bow press.
recommendations? The easy green for the money is about your best bet. I don't retail. I want to say they're a little over $4, I think. I mean, you can build one and all this, but honestly, I built my first one back in like 95, 6 somewhere. By the time you get all the parts and you weld it and you spend all your time, just order a $400 bow press.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've seen them used pop up, for 250 or whatever. But the Easy Green Last Chance one is a good starting press. If you didn't want to spend but like $100, look at the Cinem portable press. It's more like a Bowmaster. Like if you're just pressing it occasionally, it'll be fine. I wouldn't use it like every day, but
Yeah.
I think it's more like $100, and it's like a rope system. Look at those two.
Yeah. Just see, and if you got like a wide limb, just make sure you get the wide limb brackets for it. Okay. Neil gets in and says favorite fletching jig.
Bitzenberger overall.
Yeah.
I've got the Veinmaster Pro, and I don't really get along with it, but it does a good job. Sometimes I feel like it don't put enough pressure in the middle of the vein, and you got to put more glue than I'm used to. And then the easy fletches we use for like average hunting arrows that we just need to, somebody's waiting on, and we need to do 6 of them real quick, like while they're waiting. But overall, the Bitzenberger's hard to beat.
Most common form problem you guys see, Zach?
The grip by far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people come in here. We'll get everything set up, center shot looking good, this, that, and the other. They'll get some weird tear, and I want the bow to shoot to them, but eventually sometimes I'm like, all right, let me shoot it one time. And if I get a bullet hole, TJ gets a bullet hole, Partain gets a bullet hole, Bobby gets a bullet hole, and this guy ain't getting a bullet hole, all right, we need to look at what he's doing. And most of the time, it's some kind of weird grip thing. You still got your people that think you need to hold your hand like this and then grab it as soon as you shoot. You still got people that white knuckle it, and twist this thing all over. There's all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But grip by far is the most common problem. And I think it's become more of a problem because now we got such high let off hunting bows that all that stuff's magnified way more. So it's pretty common to have a, a bow and the guy's getting a weird tear. And yeah, we can chase it around, we can shim it, we can do this and we can do that and make it better, sometimes make it perfect. But a lot of times a simple grip adjustment is all he needs.
And the last one I got on my list before we hop back on YouTube is, what color pin do y'all shoot? And that comes in from Vernon.
What color pin? I'm shooting on my 3D bow. I got that Super 7 light, so I can do 7 different colors. And I shoot a purple. My pin turns purple because purple, I can see it on black. I can see it on all different colored targets. Even indoor, I can see it on all the Vegas target, the 5-dot, whatever. If I had to pick a normal color, probably green's my favorite. But I think it's just according to what everybody,
Yeah, I see green the best. Green and red I see the best. So, but I see green better, and that's just what I run. All right. Yeah. Brad said, "Do you like it enough to make the switch?"
I really considered it. I really did, but I actually got in. Well, we both did in the past week or so. Got in new bows. We both ended up with the inline 5. I'm sure we'll make some kind of video on them, or you'll see them in a video or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just like the draw cycle and all that. I don't know. If we'd have had Bowtech a few months earlier, I was already considering it because we shot those bows into last year or something, and I was like, this is a good feeling bow, but I just didn't have enough time with it, I guess. So I ended up with inline 5. I'm still happy with that choice. We'll see next year if we switch or not, but
It's just hard for me on that CT9 of mine to give it up for 3D. What little I do, it's just hard for me to give that bow up.
That reckoning though, it'd be a top 2 or 3 bow.
It would be.
If I had a choice of all of them in front of me, because it really did shoot good. I don't have any complaints.
Anthony says, swapping out the blade rest on my Perform X next week. Going to a Hamsky Trinity. Any recommendations?
I agree with you. I did the same thing 2 years ago. I was shooting the Spot Hog Infinity blade rest, and I like it. I still like it, but I'll tell you what. One guy that I really follow is George Riles down there out of Atlanta, and I don't know if y'all know who he is or not, but he's got a huge history with archery, with designing products, and he's a coach for some of the Olympic teams and all this. But anyway, he had told me a couple of years ago that he had went from blade to Hamsky, and that he noticed just a slight improvement at long distance and all this stuff, and that was enough for me. I was already thinking about it. That was enough for me to do it. So I did it. I'm glad I did. I really enjoy it. It's a good rest. It's built like a tank. That's what I'm putting on the new bow. So I'm sold on it. Actually, I guess all of us. You got a limb driver.
I've got the original limb driver on the 9, which I'm gonna change over to the Trinity, and then I've got the Gen 7X on my Black 5. But I'll run the Trinity Hunter on that inline this year. So let's see here. Dean asked, have we had any experience with the Bowmar Peep tuner? Total Peep has a similar item.
Not yet. I've seen it somewhere, but I hadn't really messed with it. I hadn't messed with it at all.
Brad said that he is faithful to his V39.
Hey, speaking of Bowmar, I noticed this week when I was ordering more nose buttons, there's a recurve version of it now. It's like another $1 or $2, and I didn't have time to look, but I don't know what the differences are. Just on the picture they look the same. I need to look and see what's the difference in a recurve nose button and the regular nose button.
What's going on, Muddy Ducks?
MD.
That's it so far.
Man, I was really hoping to get a Bowtech thing filmed today, and like I say, people kept piling in here afternoon. I figured it was going to be dead. It was going to take about an hour and make a little video, but we'll try to get it maybe tomorrow or Saturday. She's figured out her string colors.
Uh-oh.
Pink and purple.
Yep.
Probably not.
Seafoam and what's that other color? Seafoam and lavender.
What kind of recurve? We got some Samick Sages. We got a 35 and a 40 in right now. We contest to figure out Muddy Ducks' colors. You should send me a picture of your bow and I'll make a video and be like, comment below what y'all think. Hopefully in about 2 weeks, we took in a few used bows and I'm gonna restring about half of them, but we'll have some used bows soon that we're gonna sell, and I'll make a video on that. I know everybody always jumps on that. Got a couple Matthews, but I don't want to really say what they are yet. Let me get them strung. They have seen her bow. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have some used bows. We'll have, if we can just get a minute, we're gonna have some videos coming up soon. We had a couple more of those digital trophy ridge sights come in that I still hadn't made a video on. I'm gonna put one on a bare bow, I think, and just shoot it. And what's going on, Canada? I want to put on a bow. I want to see how long it stays charged. Basically, we know how to sight them in. You can either do a set of 20 and do a feet per second, or you can get 2 marks. That's simple, no big deal to that. You can change the colors of them. But mainly, and I know it'll sight in accurate. I don't have any problem with that. I just want to see how long it stays charged and that sort of thing. But as soon as I get 2 seconds, I will do that. Had a few victory arrows come in. Probably need to do a couple videos on them. There's all kind of stuff we need to do. It's just been, like I say, it's been probably the busiest February we've ever had. locally. I mean, there's bows being dropped off left and right. So we got a good crowd going to TAC this year from the shop.
Yeah.
We had good many people going, so that'll be fun in
Mm-hmm.
May. We went a couple 3D shoots. We're trying to get back going with that. I think we got like 2 weeks where there's not one, but we'll be back with some more 3D videos.
Yep.
A couple weeks.
R100 is what, the 11th?
Something like that.
Something like that. March, coming up here in Homer, Georgia.
So we'll be going to that. So we should have plenty of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if y'all need anything, holler at us, and we'll go find us some dinner. Hope y'all are all doing good, and let us know if we can do anything for you.
Yep.
We'll see y'all soon.
See y'all.